Hi Libra, how are you? How's it going? I'm Eriu and this is Eriu Tarot Readings, and as always, my lovely balancing Libras, you're very, very welcome here today. So to my old subscribers, I just want to say, old subscribers, that sounds a bit odd, doesn't it really? My long-term subscribers, I just want to say thank you so much for all the love that you've been giving me. I don't know what happened, the last bi-weekly readings, I don't know, my page just started to explode, or my YouTube channel started to explode, and people wrote such lovely things. So I just want to say, like, thank you so much. I read every single one of the comments, even though I don't always comment back. Trust me, I read every single one of them, and I was so touched by all your loveliness. So from one fellow Libra to another's, thank you so much for all your love. Okay, really, from the bottom of my Celtic heart, thank you so much. And also, very welcome, warm welcome to my new subscribers. You're welcome to this Tuatha. This is your tribe now as well. And all the other Libras, we support you. And we will take care of you here too. Okay? Yes, because we got to do that, don't we? In this life, we need to take care of each other. It's important. Right, my darlings. Remember, if this doesn't resonate, do check out your moon and your rising sign. And if you don't know what they are, that's okay. Just check out the link below. Click on it. It takes about 2 minutes, if even, to figure out what your moon and your rising sign is, okay? We can do that. Now, so it's a bi-weekly reading for July the 1st to July the 16th, 2017. And we're going to do the same format. We're going to do the 6 card for your general and 3 for your love and how that intertwines, because I think that works for people. Knowing me though, I'll probably flip the script the odd time. You know, I like to do different spreads, so we might do that soon enough. And that is us. Okay. If you haven't already done this, go put this on pause. Get yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, something stronger if you so wish. It's totally up to you. And come back and sit down. So we were all in this together. And if you've done that, welcome back. Okay? Alright, Libra, remember this top line is your first week. The bottom line is your second week. Okay, and... oh, sorry, stuff was already coming in there. So start, middle and end of the week. 1st to the 8th and the 9th to the 16th. So let us check out your first week. Yeah, sorry, things are already starting to come in there for me. Right, okay, Libra, I'm going to have to go to the end of the week because this sounds very odd, but this is how the cards are moving. Okay, so you're actually here at the end of the week. But I feel like this is throughout the entire week, if this makes sense. I'll try and unravel this as best as I can, verbally for you as well. So you have King of Swords here, and this is you. And I know this is you, without a shadow of a doubt. And for some reason, you're standing at the end of this week, looking through it and going, okay. That's nice. I feel like you're accumulating information about somebody this week, Libra. And this could be a fire sign. It could be Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. What? So sorry. What am I talking about? Fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Apologies. Mixing it up now for you. It's just because this feels really different for me that I have to go from right to left. And that's what's going on. It's kind of... it's playing with me a little bit here. But anyway. So this is you. And you're very much in king form. Now remember, you can be female and still have this king energy, because we all embody feminine and masculine energies, okay? It's just that different events and different people bring out different sides of us, all right? And we use it for different things as well, okay? So this is you, regardless of being male or female. At the end of this week, looking up through it and going, oh really? Okay, is that how it is? Is that what you want? It's so bizarre to me that we have to go from right to left. But I think it's all because this person up here, which is the Page of Rods. Okay, so Rods, as I said, correcting myself, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. There's a person that's coming in at the start of the week that embodies these fire-like elements. Now, they're a page. They're kind of student-like, so they're not quite sure of how to use their wand, okay? They're not really sure about that. They know that they have the gift of it, but they're not quite sure of how to use it fully, or like fully utilize it to the best of its ability, okay? Now, I feel like there's a there is not so much an equilibrium between the two of you, all right? I feel you're definitely like the king. I mean, my God, you feel so dominant to me here. Not in a very aggressive way, but by God, your presence is very strong. I think Libra, sometimes you don't even realize that when you just sit there in a room full of people and you survey the room, there is this royalty element to you. And I think sometimes people misinterpret that as maybe arrogance at times, or maybe that you're kind of snobby, but that's not the case. It's just your demeanor, what you show to the world, even regardless of your rising sign, that is the mask of how people perceive you. You have this inherently in you, and that royalty factor, how you sit, how you present yourself, how you stand, how you walk across the room, or as I nearly said, sashay across the room. You know, it's that kind of thing. It's you own this regal element to you, and it's something that comes really natural. And sometimes as well, it's a case of people might look at you and say, God, what's wrong with the face on that person? What's wrong with them? Are they having a bad day? It's like, no, we're processing, we are observing. That's what this is. And that's what you're doing here with this particular person. Now, I like this person. Now this could be work life, or it could be friendships as well. Like, think about that. Everything that's beyond or apart from romance, okay? Because we'll get to that. But this person is here, and I quite like them actually. They're making me laugh a lot. They're kind of boisterous, and they're kind of silly, and they're kind of, I feel this could be a male. But because I keep getting boyish, boy, little boy. Now they're adults, right? But I don't feel like it's a little boy as such. But how they speak and stuff is kind of like young and silly, and that's why I just keep laughing now at them. I quite like them. They're nice that way. They're quite different to you in many ways, but I think they're swaying a little bit back and forth between things, but you're just sitting here being like, oh yeah, really? Okay. And they're talking and this and that and here and then, the movement, and they move a lot, and they move. And you're just like, yeah. Yeah. That's what this feels like. And they're just like, blah, 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 blah. And I actually don't even think they notice that you're observing them and that you're taking every single thing that they do in. This is what this feels like. Because but there's a shyness to them as well, and I think that why they talk so much and so rapidly and like really just so much is because you kind of, yes, they're shy, but you on the inside almost, but you create this atmosphere around you that kind of makes them a little bit uneasy, and they kind of know that you're someone that is not to be messed with, that they know that you're someone that has their shit together, and that you're trying to get it together, and that you're a hard worker and you'll do what you need to do, and that you in your own right are your own soldier. As I said, male or female, doesn't matter. It is the iron fist in a velvet glove, and not everyone sees that initially, but sometimes they feel it more. And I think this is what's going on. I just keep laughing, I'm so sorry. Because I can feel them as well, just kind of freaking out when they're in your presence a little bit and trying to contain themselves, but actually being really crap at that, and they can't contain themselves at all. Okay, it's really like that. Now, what is this between you that's binding you with this particular person? It could be a new colleague in work as well, or it could be somebody new to the neighborhood. And, you know, let's face it, anywhere Libra goes, people know Libra, don't they? And if they don't, then the Libra's going to ask, what's your sun sign? Oh, I'm a Libra. And people just remember you in general. You have this authority feeling to you that you emit, because it's just, as I said, it's very natural to you. And this person is trying to get a grip on themselves here. And as I said, it could be in your neighborhood, it could be committees, it could be anything like that. This could even just flow through into your love life, because as I said before, there are times when I want to keep this really general, and the cards will say absolutely not, this is your love life. I had a crazy Leo bi-weekly for the previous bi-weeklies, which was just, previous or before that, it was just madness. It was just a full-on love reading. It was crazy. So sometimes they like to do that. They have control, and I respect that. But there's a confusion here for some reason. So I think you like this person. like, I feel like there are, like this, I keep getting sparks. Do you know, like, someone's welding something, you get those sparks. So I feel like, but they're ricocheting off these cups. So I think there's something that's blocking actually the two of you from becoming quite good friends, or colleagues in a way. I think that this is very, I think this is very new, and that even though you get on, there's still levels of not being able to understand each other as fully as you would like. And I think their energy makes you quite reserved, and that's why you take a step back. But do you know what it is? You're kind of wondering what their gig is. You're kind of going, yeah, but what are you really saying? Like, what are you really up to? I just feel like you just cannot stop observing them. Like, you're looking at fishes, Jesus, really, Leah, grammar. Fish in a tank, and you're just watching them, and you're watching them go, and it's like, okay, you're watching. That's what it feels like. You're watching them. And but there are levels of not being able to see fully into them, and I think that's what makes you have your guard up, and that's why you're not giving as much as you normally do. I think there's just a miscommunication between the two of you, but you kind of want to know what they're all about, but they're throwing different things at you and almost like throwing you off, so you don't really know what they're all about. You're doing your little tests with them, asking them certain questions or saying certain things, and they're not taking the bait, and you're like, why aren't what you didn't answer my question there. Why didn't you answer my question? What are you hiding? That's what I feel like. This is a wall of confusion between the two of you. But also could be the case, Libra, as well. You got to think about it from the flip side, is that maybe they think that about you also. It's like, my God, why does this Libra have their guard up so much? Here I am, being really friendly and really nice, doing my fire sign thing, and for some reason they're just looking at me as if their eyes are burning through to the back of my head. Like, why are they scrutinizing me so much? I think this is something that, because I feel that ricochet off the two of you, it just takes time. I think you need to put down your sword a little bit, not be so protective or cautious. When they see that and you are freer in yourself, I think they'll get a greater understanding of you, and then they will seem different in your eyes as well, because they'll relax. But this is a wall of confusion between the two of you, and it could be an emotional thing as well, but it's just, it just blocks the two of you. So think about that in your first week. Interesting first week, not gonna lie, it's different, right? But let's see what your second week is doing. So this is the 9th to the 16th, okay? Start, middle, and end. So you've got the 9 of Cups. Okay, yes. So we've gone from a 7 of Cups to a 9 of Cups. So you take my advice, Libra. Good on you. And what you do is you lower your sword, and then you start to see things for how they are within the first week. Then you go, okay, this is what I really want. These are my wishes. This is how I want to go forward, okay? This is the 9 of Cups, is a minor arcana, but it is a wish card, and it's in a smaller sense. It's smaller than the star, but still it's strong enough, okay? It has its own benefits. And this is about really, what I like seeing about a 7 of Cups and then the 9 of Cups come in, is that this confusion and not really knowing what way to go or what to believe. Especially with this person, you're not quite sure what to believe half the time. It's a case that now you finally start to get clarity, because what you do is, pick you up. What you do is you empty out almost all the cups. So you're like emptying out this confusion. You're like, I don't want this. None of this makes sense. And then you take the cups and you align them and you create this mirror imagery. Do you see the symmetry? Which I know you quite like, Libra. And this symmetry as well brings you balance. So it brings you emotional and inner harmony as well. And that's where you feel really comfortable. So the wish, or whatever wishes that you have about this going on, or any other wishes connected to this in other areas of your life, do know that you will and do have the capacity to sort it out one by one and to align your cups. And then for you, you get to sit back and then enjoy that, all right? That's really nice. I think you guys need a lot. I think you need balance lately. That's what I feel. You may need some balance. And this particular person you feel like is imbalancing you slightly, and you're like, I don't even know where I stand with this person, what's going on? Just that, okay, but that's okay. You're all right though, because this is coming in for you. And I even feel like you feel so much better. You're like, ah, okay, finally, yes. Thank you. My wishes are coming true. I wanted clarity, I wanted peace, and I have both. Lovely. In the middle of your week, you've got Six of Pentacles. So this is a thing for you. Well, it's your thing anyway, is to balance yourself out. But this is actually a bit more obvious in these 2 weeks for you because of the Six of Pentacles here. So Six of Pentacles as well. Pentacle energy is Virgo, Taurus and Capricorn. We're all about material goods, but we're also about other things that carry wealth, but are not in a tangible disposition. So we're looking at, yeah, like tangible goods. We're looking at material goods in general, like home, house, money, right? All that, opportunities. And the other sense, then we're looking at things like your health and making sure that your health is in good order and aspects of yourself as well. If you're accumulating more knowledge about yourself and who you are now, right? So Six of Pentacles is about finding balance in these areas. But I'll be honest with you, it feels more so now you're trying to find balance financially. I think this is what you want. And this could be part of your wish as well. So look, I just need financial stability for a little bit. I think that's what you're looking for. Now, I do see you elevating with this. I see a little bit of money coming in, not much. It's more so you sitting down and doing the books, Libra. I think if you've been overexpending, I don't know where my words go sometimes, overspending your expenditure, then what you'll need to do is sit down and be a little bit more strategic about it. You need to take on the Virgo, Taurus and Capricorn energy, and you need to be methodical and really see where your money's going. This is important as well, okay? It's very important that you do that. But by doing that, it creates balance. I know you don't really want to do it. Nobody really wants to do it, but it's something that we do. Once we have that information, we can know we can go further then again, all right? We continue on. Now, at the end of the week, it's just Five of Cups here. And Five of Cups is about crying over spilt milk, but emotionally you're crying over spilt milk. So I want to know what's going on. Because remember, guys, this is me as well. So, so I want to know what's going on for me in the next 2 weeks too. Two cards, please. Two cards for Libra. Two cards for Libra. Because this kind of feels a little bit separate here. Two cards for Libra. Two cards for Libra. Two cards for Libra. Oh, okay. Put these over here. Okay, so some of you are experiencing some emotional distress. It may be involved with a Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces. This may be a father figure or an uncle-like figure or somebody that may not be blood, but you'd say, you know, is in the family, like Uncle John. Not really by blood, but we call him Uncle John anyway, sort of thing, okay? And I feel like you have been having some very quiet battles with this person as well. You've got the Five of Rods here, which is about fighting the good fight, really. But at times, it's an unnecessary fight as well. So, but you feel like you have to stand up for yourself. One more. Okay, Grant, I just felt I needed one more, Grant. So this person is here. I don't think they're a very belligerent person. I don't think they have ill intention in whatever way, but I think they're struggling to see how your world is and what sort of world you've created for yourself and how you fit into it, because they just don't get it. They just don't get it. That's not to say that they won't get it, but at the moment they just can't get it. I think you need to be a bit more vocal about where you're coming from, Libra. I think you need to talk to them a bit more, tell them what's going on in your life, so that this won't feel like such a struggle between you. I mean, this I feel needs to be here because you're at the center of your world, but realistically this is what's going on. This even, you might have some arguments even, or there might be just like silly, stupid stuff being said and major misunderstandings, and you're like, that's not... Do you even know who I am? Like, that's the feeling I get. It's like, do you even know what I do, where I am, who I come from? Like, do you understand anything about me? And this isn't a massive thing, but I think just be careful. They are very different to you. Very different, like. But they don't mean to be the way they are. they're just programmed that way. And I know we could say, well, you know, I'm just programmed this way, so that's just how it is. But sometimes we're here to teach people about different ways of life and how different lifestyles can really work for other people. Because this person, I don't feel has had a lot of experience or has a lot of knowledge about that. So, and then you come along and you're just like this, you know, they're like just a, this guy's really funny. They're like a regular donut, okay? They're just a normal donut, jam donut, and that's it. And you come along and you're this donut that has all these sprinkles and your red velvet, and you've got this crazy internal like filling that no one's ever heard of, and it's like, you're just, you know what I mean, you're just like, what? They're like, what is this? How are they getting around? How do they work? And you're just like, what are you talking about? I just work, you know, like this rainbow donut. And for my new subscribers, I do say crazy stuff like that. Just, it's the only way I can really express properly what I'm trying to say and give visuals to help you. And that's what this is. This person's just that little traditional donut. God bless them. But they are. And so you need to come in, you need to teach them. That's one of the reasons why you're here too. And why you're together as a family unit or extended as a friendship or whatever, is to teach them about other ways of being, okay? I don't think they're they may not flow with that way, like your way, but they'll understand it a bit more, and that makes things, that will alleviate any arguments or kind of fights or just that conflict between the two of you, okay? Think about that. Right, my darlings, let's look at your love life. Ooh. Three for Libra, please. 3 for Libra. 3 for Libra. All I need to say to some of you as well, just be very careful of your neck and your head lately, okay? You need to check that out. To be careful, some of you are getting stiff necks. You have to be careful how you sit, okay? And also how you sleep is really important. You may need to do stretches in the nighttime and in the morning, all right? That's a little quick one for some of you. You need to hear that. Oh, okay. Okay, Libra. So we have the Nine of Swords, Temperance, and Page of Swords. So regardless of what the cards come out like, I like to see a good card in the center, because I know that's at the heart of everything. It's at the heart of your love life and your general life as well, okay? Because it expands outwards. So I like this. I like that Temperance is in the middle. Lovely. So now, Nine of Swords. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Nine of Swords is your suit again. So we're talking about Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. But it's about not being able to sleep properly at night. Things that are keeping you up. That little voice in your head that questions everything you do and says, are you good enough? Should you be doing this? You're not good enough. You're too ugly. You're too fat. You need to do this. You need to do that. Nobody loves you. Nobody accepts you. That sort of thing, okay? That's what this card is. For love, in this particular instance. So it's really feeling like I feel like you don't have a lot of self-worth at the moment, Libra. I think we spoke about this. I think it might be a Libra thing though as well, where you just feel like this little person that's like, nobody could possibly like me. It's that kind of feeling of, why me? Like, why would you go near me? Like, why would you? Like, but I need to be this. I need to be perfect. I need to have this sorted. I don't have that sorted. I need my finances sorted. Don't have that done. I need a really good job. I need a really good car. I need to do this. What I'd say, like, for singles, I'm like, look, we need to just take a few deep breaths here and really think about what it is that's causing this kind of mental anguish in you. And it could be just stuff from your past as well that just sometimes creep in, or how we see our imperfections as just something bloody horrible, and we need to, especially in society today, it's like women and men feel like they have to look a certain way. It's just absolute bullshit. It's not fair at all, and that there is beauty in imperfections. I think there is, though, isn't there? It's like being perfect. Like, you see it so much on like Instagram, and oh god, these people, they just have they just don't look like themselves anymore. And I always just think, your ancestors gave you that face. Your ancestors gave you those eyes. Your ancestors gave you those hands. And it's like, be true to them and hold your heritage strong. And here I want to say to you is that do that and embrace all that and think about it that way, that you are good enough. Because all the people that came before you, they made sure that you had all these beautiful and wonderful qualities so that you could live a rich life. And that's why also that you're here, is to live a fulfilling, rich life. And that all these little things that society says and comes at you and creeps in, it's not good enough for you. And from now on, you have to say, like, that's not good enough for me. Not that I'm not good enough for them, that's not good enough for me. Now for singles, I think you have been, though, wanting someone to come in, and somebody is coming in, already has come in. Because we've got this fire sign again, it's Leo, Sagittarius and Aries, or it also could be coming in Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, fella Gemini, or a fella Libra as well. All right. It seems like a lot there. There kind of is. No earth signs whatsoever though, and I don't feel Aquarius here. But so your wishes are kind of coming true, and so I get that. I hear that this is like a thing where you're like, I'm not good enough, or I really don't feel it. How can anyone come near me, date me? Why would they want me? And then, but at the same time, you're like, but I really, because you've got 2 9s, so you're kind of between the two, between 2 minds where you feel that way, you're thinking that way, but at the same time, your emotions are saying, but I'd actually really like someone to come in and just to love me for who I am, and just not even, if I ever say these things out loud, that they just think I'm being absolutely ridiculous. You know, it's that kind of vibe. And then it also could be because a Leo, Aries or Sagittarius has crept in and is evoking sort of this these emotions in you, but also at the same time is triggering all these insecurities inside your head, and you're like, I'm not quite sure if I want to do this, you know, oh, do I want to do this? I don't know, they're mad, they shouldn't, oh, but I want it. I want it at the same time, I really do. And for couples as well, there could be mental anguish with a fire sign or with a water sign. This water sign, I have to tell you, just be a little bit careful with them. I feel like they play games with you, mind games a lot as well, and they're a little bit smug about this, so just be very bloody careful, okay? Because we don't want that to happen. They're kind of reducing your spirit a little bit as well, and they're reducing your fire, and I don't like that. That's not fair. That's not fair. Yes, but they are playing. If at any point you thought they were playing mind games, I'm here to tell you, yes, they are playing mind games, and that's what's also contributing to your mental anguish, and it's kind of diluting your love and your love for you as well a little bit. So just be careful now. Right, your midweek then. Middle card. Sorry, Libras, I'm just all over the place with words today. It's probably because you're like my 9th reading. I'm just going through them really fast today. But you have Temperance. Okay, so yes, we can rebuild, and we do. We have balance here. This is about inner intellect, collecting the data of the inner self and knowing how you work, okay? How you're wired emotionally as well. It's about having emotional balance within yourself. Now, it's very like the kind of like the 2 of Pentacles, where you find balance, you find your rhythm, you find your vibe. Kind of like the 6 of Pentacles also, we're trying to find the balance and the vibe and the give and the receive. But this is more important than that. It's bigger than that. It's saying like, look, it's about time that you realize that the strength that you have within you to emotionally balance yourself is it's there, it's strong, and it's key for moving you forward. And I'm glad it's come after the 9 of Swords, because now I feel like you're getting a bit better at this, all right? You kind of get a bit better. Also, it could be that there is a fire sign that's in your life that is causing some confusion for you, and you're trying to balance yourself out. Or it could also be that they're contributing to your balance. That you're like, okay, this is actually working for me. I like the fact that I feel like this person balances me out a bit, which is cool. But there's still a bit of confusion with them. So you're doing that thing again with the King of Swords up here. You're looking through this Temperance energy going, okay, so tell me about you. I want to know all about you. Tell me all your dark secrets. I want to know everything. It's funny because even though this is like a Sag energy, it's quite lovely and warm and fluid. I feel like there's a little bit of Scorpio popping in, just being like, okay, so I'm going to research you completely so I know everything about you and there's nothing weird about you. So that sort of thing. There's a bit of confusion. What I'll say to you is, look, don't worry about this confusion. The veil will lift and you'll be fine. All right. You just need to give this a bit of time, and you need to give yourself a little bit of time as well, Libra. Okay, do that. And for couples, it could be that finally you guys are starting to balance each other out. You're starting to realize that, okay, so all the things that I kind of find annoying about them and they kind of find annoying about me, is actually it's purposely there so that we can balance each other out, so that I provide what they can't give and they provide what I can't give, and that, you know, it's good to have two different personalities come together. I think so. But also for yourself, even when you're in a relationship, this is about that inner intellect, as I said, that knowing of yourself, that you can balance yourself out, even at times when the other person kind of imbalances you, okay, or annoys you or frustrates you as well. Now, the last card is the Page of Swords. So, like, Libra, you're kind of in this very singular, soldier-like, ready for battle if needs be mentality, which I feel like there, for singles, there's a lot of you that have been on your own for quite some time. And because I feel this breeze between the two of them, I feel that air coming up between the two of them. And I get that there are times where you've had to really fight for yourself and where you've had to justify at times as well yourself. I'm not saying that was okay. It wasn't, because you shouldn't have to justify yourself. But I get that people put you in that position where you had to. That people pushed against you, that people really tried to take you down, and as well they tried to belittle you and your presence. What I will say is to you, well done, because that is gone now. Because you're definitely your own sort of person. And you're on your own as well, in a sense, which I feel strength off of you now, Libra. It's just that your mental anguish creeps in at times, and that's what kind of gets to you, and that's what destroys you a little bit. But when you remain in this Page of Swords energy or in the King of Swords energy, nobody can touch you, okay? So that's what I feel like you're going with in this particular direction, Page of Swords. You could also be meeting another one, my God. Some of you may be online dating, and maybe you guys have options, and it could be a case that you don't realise that there are options, you know, because you're just like, oh, I'll just talk to them now. Yeah, I'm not really that bothered, you know. But I feel like you're more so singular. And I feel like the ones that don't stick around, that's fine. Let them go. You don't need them. But try not to be emotionally disheartened by that. If they kick down your cups. If they do this to you, try not to stay in that energy too long, because you don't need it and you're stronger than that. And let's face it, you need someone that can handle you. Like, you need a stronger person. Someone who will kind of, I guess in some ways as well, kind of put you in your place a little bit at times. Because Libras, you know it all. And people will say, oh, they're know-it-alls or whatever, but you do know quite a bit, and it's because you analyse and you make sure that you take the right steps forward. So don't be too disheartened by that, okay? And there may be another Gemini, Libra or Aquarius that have their eye on you. If you're online dating and it's with a water sign, be careful is what I'm going to say. But there could be also another Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in the wings, looking on, but not doing anything about it, okay? But you feel it, but they're not doing anything about it. That's another thing, okay? And for couples as well, I think you're just elevating yourself here. I think you're elevating yourself to this Page of Swords. You're coming from your 9, you're flowing through Temperance, and then you have the Page of Swords. There's just swords everywhere. It's just swords, okay? So it's you're very much present, but you're finally coming into your own. You're finally coming into your own being. What I said to you about being careful about a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, they are here. So if you are with someone who is involved with that or has that particular sign, or even their moon or their rising, whatever, what I'll say to you is, when they say those harsh words and when they play those games that they do, try not to stay in their energy too much, because they want you to stay there. There's no growth there for you. I feel like they want to stunt you. They want to put you down, and that's not what we're about here. We're about growing as people. And if people want to pull you down, then you know they're not the right person for you. And I kind of feel like you're moving forward actually quite a bit, Libra. You're considering just leaving this relationship and walking on and walking. But look at this. Look at how concentrated they are, and focused and driven and motivated to go forward with the next step. They're looking straight ahead. They're not looking back. And I think if you are in a couple and that's what's going on with you, this card is saying, yes, you have more power than you know. And if some of you also, though, are in loving relationships and you're just kind of coming into your own as well, that's also cool. Okay. Whew. All right, Libra, this has been your bi-weekly reading for July the 1st to July the 16th, 2017. I hope it resonated with you. If you dig what I do, please like and leave a comment and subscribe. And as I say, I read every single comment, may not always reply, I'm sorry, but I do read every single one of them. If you need guidance in your general life or love life, or maybe even both, I'm your gal. My email address is below and you can contact me directly, where I can send you my service list and my price list as well. Oh, well. Libra, to the new and the old, we're all welcome here, we're all friends, we're all family, and thank you for all your support and love again. Many blessings to you, my fellow Libras. You have a wonderful 2 weeks, and I will see you in the following 2 weeks. You take care. Bye-bye.